Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on this lovely day. It's not lovely, it's kind of cloudy, but whatever. Before anything else, please subscribe, turn on notifications, get ready for a multitasking video, unpopular opinion, on top of a 10-minute movie review or less, top of a Palak Sun afterthought video podcast. So we're throwing everything into this video. So unpopular opinion, I liked Wonder Woman 1984. Ooh, shocker. Oh my gosh. You go on the internet and it's like such hate for this movie. Like it's like the worst thing ever. I think prior to watching this movie, I saw a couple of videos from people I liked and a couple of videos from people I didn't even know and don't care to watch again. Mostly nerds, male nerds, remember that because I'm going to bring this up later. Bashing the hell out of this movie and kind of making me not want to watch it, even though I watched the first one and really loved it. So I was really just kind of, maybe I shouldn't watch it. So then a good friend of mine who I respect a lot, who's also a Wonder Woman fan, posted something. And I kind of was like, that's a good way of watching it. So she said, you should watch the movie like it's a movie from the 80s. Like it's a movie that was made in 1984, not a movie that was made in 2019. And I thought that was an interesting way to kind of look at it. So when I decided, I've seen enough reviews and I've heard enough crap from people, let me watch it. So I got my HBO Max subscription because there's the only way you can watch it. I believe they were showing it in theaters, but I wasn't feeling safe. It was Christmas Day 2020 and I think we were still kind of like, what's going on in the world? So I watched it on HBO Max and I actually didn't hate it. Like I said, I liked it. Do I love it? No, I don't love it. There's other movies I love more, but this movie wasn't terrible. If I gave it a graded system, if you listen to the podcast, if I gave it a graded system, I would give it a B. Not a B plus, not a C, but a B. I love the concept of the 80s. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I think she does a phenomenal job. The storyline was great. I think there was too many storylines. I think they should have stuck to one villain, either Max Lord, who's played by my favorite Mando daddy, Pedro Pascal. I thought he did a great job, and they should have stuck to just the one storyline about him and not bring in Cheetah. I think Cheetah should have been another movie. That would also have cut it was such a long movie. So my negative thing is it was a really long movie and the plot was kind of all over the place. But overall, I would watch it again in a theater, of all things. I think like the first one, I watched it in a theater and it really, really hyped up the experience of watching this movie. I think that it has everything, DC movies are not the most epic, they're fun. They're fun movies. I like Marvel movies better. That's just my opinion, obviously. But in terms of DC, this was one of the better ones. I'm still kind of confused why people are so bashing it because I thought Batman vs. Superman was way worse than this movie. It took me a couple of tries to watch Batman vs. Superman. Matter of fact, because I had HBO Max, I had decided to finally finish Batman vs. Superman. It took me 5 tries. 5 tries. It shouldn't take you 5 tries to watch a movie. And I thought that was horrible. I am not a fan of Ben Affleck. As much as I love Henry Cavill, I think Christopher Reeve was a better Superman. Excuse me. He was a way better Superman. Henry Cavill's great, but Christopher Reeve, hands down, better. And then Ben Affleck as Batman. No. And I love Batman. Batman's one of my favorite characters. I think it's first it's Wonder Woman, then it's Batman, and then it's Superman. But Ben Affleck did not do it for me. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I'm actually looking forward to Robert Pattinson playing Batman, because Ben Affleck was not it. And I thought Clooney was a terrible Batman, but this one, like, Affleck was just like, ooh. And I went to see Clooney in the theater to play Batman. You know, I've seen a lot of the Batman movies in the theater, so it's kind of crazy, you know. I loved Wonder Woman for such a long time. I used to watch the reruns of the show with Linda Carter. There was a cartoon series for anybody who didn't know that. There was a Wonder Woman. There was a Justice League. I think it was either called the Hall Justice or Justice League cartoons. And she was a part of that. Yeah, no, I didn't think it was terrible. I mean, the way some of these nerds online are talking about it, oh my gosh. Like, I'm like, Jesus, Batman versus Superman. I haven't even seen Suicide Squad. I don't even want to watch it. I started watching it and I was just like, oh, this was terrible. I actually started watching Birds of Prey and that was a little better. It's hard for me to get through DC comic movies for some reason. I haven't seen Aquaman. I heard it's great. Superman, I actually watched the one with Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. Not bad at all. I don't know if I would, oh yeah, and Justice League. I actually didn't think it was too bad either. You know, that one's a little better than Wonder Woman 1984, you know? I don't understand why DC can't get their stuff together. Like, how come their movies are kind of mediocre, you know? Because Marvel's movies, the Avenger movies are great. I love Avenger movies. I could watch those over and over. And they're long as heck. And I can watch them a couple of times over. But DC, I'm always like, oh, DC. Okay, sure. I honestly didn't think it was terrible. I looked at it as a 1984 movie. And I thought it was great. Yes, it was way too long. Just too long. It was like 2 hours, maybe even 2.5. I can't remember. I just thought it was too long. If you cut that in half, you would have been fine. My other thing, like I said prior, is they didn't need two villains. They could have just been cool with a Max Lord villain in this one and then bring back Cheetah. I think Cheetah should have had her own standalone movie with Wonder Woman. I think she's a very, very big character and it's kind of disappointing they kind of smushed her here and put her in this movie like that. I mean, it worked okay. Like I said, I like the movie. I don't love it. But, and also, I can't stand Kristen Wiig. I'm sorry. A lot of you are going to hate me for this, but I just have never been a fan of hers. I'm so like, I find her so boring. I don't know. You guys can find me so boring. I don't care. You're watching the video. I've never been a fan of her. I don't know. I try really hard. I love Tina Fey. I love Amy Poehler. I like people from that sort of genre, SNL. But I don't know what it is about her, but I've never gotten on top of any of her skits. Like, oh, I really love that. I've never cared for her that way. And for her to play one of my favorite villains in the Wonder Woman franchise, Cheetah, I was just kind of like, oh God, why? You know, it didn't work for me. They could have gotten Kristen Stewart. She would have been a better I know you guys are just like, no. But I was like, no, think about it. She would have been a great Cheetah. Just think about it. Take that minute. Think about it. Kristen Stewart as Cheetah. Think about it. Really, really think about it. Overall, the movie was okay. It was, I liked the movie. Like I said, I would probably want to see it in a movie theater just to see if there's any kind of difference because I think that this is kind of one of those movies that you watch in the theater. So I think that took away a lot from the actual value of the movie. I mean, I think when they were making it, they didn't expect for a pandemic to happen and people to be home and not go to movie theaters. So I think that, you know, it would be way more satisfying in a movie theater. I have a couple of little quick things I want to say for a couple of those nerds sitting there criticizing. First of all the people who criticized this movie and had negative reviews were, you know, your stereotypical nerd with their shelves behind them, with all their memorabilia, you know, running the gums. I'm looking at you nerds, you know, like maybe I'm hating because I don't have shelves behind me with memorabilia, but I will get a background soon, so whatever. You know, there was one guy who was like, it's like the first draft of film. I'm like, first of all, you know you haven't written a script in your life, so calm the hell down. And then there was another guy who went on this long rant about how Patty Jenkins, the director and the writer, Patty Jenkins, was this men hater person, feminist thing, because she put in a scene where prior to becoming Cheetah, the character Barbara Manelva is walking to the office and some guy harasses her, and then Gal Gadot's character comes and saves her, Wonder Woman, from this guy harassing her. And he took that scene and interpreted it in such a way that I was just like, oh my God, calm down. Like, he's like, she's a woman hater. She hates, I keep seeing woman hater. I mean, men hater. She's a men hater. She's one of these feminazis. And it's just like, the movie's about women empowerment. Like, if you haven't gotten that kind of broad scope about, not even the movie, but Wonder Woman herself is about women empowerment. The person who created Wonder Woman was a man, and he believed in women empowerment and believed that women could do so much. He was during an era where women, just had babies or were secretary, but mostly had babies and weren't looked at as an ally to men, but just kind of like on the sidelines. So he created this character so people can understand that women had the ability to do anything they wanted. So when people start ranting on Patty Jenkins kind of being a woman hater, it's kind of weird, because I'm like, so you missed the whole point of Wonder Woman herself then. Thank you, nerds. Thank you. So yeah, no, I like this movie. I really like this movie. I think that in comparison to other DC movies, Batman versus Superman, it's not that bad. Is it the love of my life? No, I think that there's a lot going on. I hope they release a third sequel to this movie. I think that they really need to explore the Cheetah character, bring her back. She's a great character. Maybe recast her. But recast her with somebody else. I mean, Kristen Wiig wasn't doing it for me. Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Also, shout out to my honey bunny, Chris Pine, as Steve Trevor. I love Chris Pine. Chris Pine could do the Meow Mix theme. And I'd be okay with that. I love Chris Pine. He's the best. And obviously Pedro Pascal, The Mandalorian, and every other thing he's doing now. Don't make fun of Mando. Grogu will come with his magic hands and get you. Yeah, no, I thought it was great. It was good enough in comparison to other DC. In comparison to DC movies, it was good. Comparison to Marvel movies, it's all right. But in the scope of DC movies that I've seen so far, it wasn't bad. Justice League and the first Wonder Woman movie, and this one are pretty good. I haven't seen Aquaman. I heard it's great. Man of Steel wasn't bad either. I really just thought Superman versus Batman, or Batman versus Superman, whichever way you want to say it, was not the greatest thing ever. And I finally saw the whole thing after a couple of tries, and I still was like, yeah, this is garbage. I don't care for this movie. It is what it is. But thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten this far, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Turn on the notification button. If you have an opinion, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If you also are a fan of Wonder Woman, I think that most people who like this movie are a fan of the actual franchise of Wonder Woman, and kind of didn't see all this like little minuscule stuff that was going on. It was a good movie. And I can't wait to see more Wonder Woman movies. So thanks so much for watching, and take care. Bye.